Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form. If you're enjoying the content, if you are finding it entertaining, or if you just want to give this channel some love, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and it does help to raise awareness of asexuality. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about how having a best asexual friend has really changed my life. If you don't know who I am Sandra Burmy, author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of Asexualised.com and the founder of Asexualized Academy. Welcome to tonight's episode. So if you didn't already know, I saw my best asexual friend today, and it was absolutely incredible. I had such a wonderful time with them. And having this asexual best friend, their name's Sam, they come regularly on chat in here, has really changed my life. And the reason it's changed my life so much is because this is the first person ever in my life I've been able to 100% truly trust. I've been able to trust them completely, and that is very rare for me. I had a lot of people that were untrustworthy in friendships, or it was all one-sided before. I have got a best sexual, heterosexual friend, and I have got another best friend, but this is like my best asexual friend. And this best asexual friend, Sam, I'm particularly talking about, has absolutely changed my life, because I can finally say I trust someone 100%. I can finally say that this person is reliable, they're honest, they're trustworthy, they are very authentic, they care about me as their friend, they love me as a friend, nothing more. Romantically, I'm not their type. We always have a laugh about it, and I think that's what's good. You can laugh about things as well that may be considered a bit rude or insulting in other times, because we're joking, because I'm the opposite type of look to what Sam would go for in a relationship. So Sam likes guys or masculine women, not women with big chests and long hair, which is what I've got. So we can have a laugh at stuff like that, and I don't take offense, but I find it really funny, because I have loads of guys that are attracted to me. So I find it really funny that my best friend, is Blair, in terms of looks for relationships. So I find that really enlightening. I find it really good, and it's good that I've got a best friend that really loves me as a friend, but doesn't at all fancy me in relationship terms. And I think that's really good. It makes me very comfortable around them. It makes me feel really fantastic. I've never had a best friend where there hasn't been some sort of romance involved. So that is really good, because I'm not romantically attracted to them, I have to say, which is good. I do think aesthetically they are a good looking person, but I'm not romantically attracted to them, which is a big deal for me, because I usually get romantically attracted to quite a few guys, and especially guys I'm close to, or my friend now doesn't identify as a guy, they identify as non-binary. And I really appreciate this person being in my life. So, it's completely changed my life having this asexual best friend, because with this asexual best friend, they are also nudity repulsed like me. So not only do I 100% trust them, I trust them because they've got the same boundaries in friendships and relationships as me. They are nudity repulsed like me, and I finally feel that even though we're different, because I'm really into kissing, Sam's not into kissing. He's like, I mean, I get aroused. Sam's, what's aroused? I don't even want to know. Do you know what I mean? And so we are different in those ways, but we are very secure and safe and around each other. Do you know what I mean? We both have the exact same boundaries in friendships and in relationship, and I know I can totally trust them. Do you know what I mean? And that is such a relief, and finally to have a person who's nudity repulsed like me as well is a very big deal. There are a lot of asexuals that don't mind nudity. They don't mind being in bed naked with the person next to them. They don't mind seeing their naked body when they get out the shower. There's quite a lot of asexuals that don't mind that type of thing, but I don't like nudity. I don't want to see a guy from the waist down. I don't want to see his genitalia. I don't want to see his bits. It's not something that interests me whatsoever. And I hate women's naked bodies. If I have to look at a naked part of a guy, it'd be his chest. I'm okay with his chest, you know, in private. But I'm not interested from the waist down. I'm not interested in his private parts and stuff like that, right? It doesn't interest me whatsoever. And so it's nice to finally have a person in my life that feels the same way as I do. You know, when we talk, we have a lot in common as well. I mean, they like some different stuff to me, obviously, but we've got a lot in common still. We've both got a brain for a start. Does help. But we're both intelligent people, and we like some of the same movies a lot of the time. You know, I'll watch a movie, then they're about to watch it, or I want to watch a movie they've already seen, and vice versa. And so, you know, we love going to eating, we love our food as well. So it's just so nice to have a lot of things in common with someone, and someone you totally trust as well, and that you can tell anything to the person. They don't judge you. They just like really accept you for who you are. And I think that's just fantastic. And I love being in the company. The time just flies by so quickly. And having this best asexual friend, you know, has been true life changing, because you're kind of grounded, you're more centered. You kind of feel that someone's like rooting for you, on your side, if you know what I mean. They encourage you in your goals, ambitions, and dreams. They're always right behind you. They always care. They always want you in their life. Do you know what I mean? And you feel like that person really wants you to be there in their life. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in the very past, I had a lot of friendships that weren't really friendships. They're one-sided. It was kind of like I was like more of just a person who happened to be stuck there in their life, and they couldn't care less whether they saw me or not. And it was kind of like very, very one-sided, you know. And to have a one-sided friendship, it leaves you feeling very kind of distraught sometimes, very like, aren't I good enough? You know, I lacked self-love back then, to be fair. So, you know, those relationships of friendships in the past, I lacked self-love, so I didn't have the bottle to walk away. But eventually I did. One girl that was meant to be my so-called best friend years ago, I just had enough. I couldn't take it anymore. She got snappy with me over the fact that I asked her a question about how her grandma was. Just, how's your grandma doing? She goes, why do you want to know? And that's the thing that just made me like not be friends with her anymore. Because I thought, I don't want a friendship like that, where someone's snapping at me, asking over how their relative is and caring, you know? People who are caring, genuinely caring, have got nothing to hide. They won't mind you asking about their family and stuff. If there's anything they really don't want to say, then obviously they'd say that I don't really want to talk about it. But at the end of the day, you know, unless there's anything dodgy going on, they shouldn't mind. And so it's really, really amazing, you know, to spend time with my best asexual friends. So we were eating lots, drinking soft drinks, chatting, and just chatting the whole time about, you know, what's gone on since we last saw each other last month. You know, what happened over Christmas, what's happening with my future business stuff. That was really, 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 thanks for the thumbs up. It's really good to talk to them, because I have a lot of business stuff going on this year. You know, I've got obviously my second book for Asexuals that I'll be publishing this year. I got getting back to work on that soon. I've got the Asexual Meetup Mastery course I'm still working on at the moment. I've been working on that since September. It's a premium course. It's really, really good, but there'll be a good offer on that at the beginning. And you know, I've got other businesses I need to launch this year, and I'm kind of like, which thing do I start next? And so my best friend, who knows me well and who knows what I'm good at, you know, kind of cleared up that issue for me of what I should do next, because I have like seven things I have to do, and like five more options going forward, you know. And you know, I can't do everything at once. You know, I'm in this group now where this guy's very expert, and he's like, you can't do everything. You should be focusing on 2 to 3 things max. And obviously I still want to keep this channel up. I still want to write more books for asexuals. I'm working on my second asexual book. So, you know, I can't do everything at once. So I need to decide the other things, what I'm going to do, because obviously I need to have money coming in and we're working on other things besides doing this channel all the time. So my best friend was helping me with that, because they know me very well. They know my strengths, and that's what a true friend does. They know your strengths, they know your weaknesses. They probably wouldn't even say your weaknesses are weaknesses. They just say that's you and you're unique, and I think it's great, you know. And it's wonderful to just have that support, you know, the support of you're both worth it. You're both worth it. I think as mutual support is a very good word. Mutual support and mutual respect, you know, like we care about each other as best friends. We mutually respect each other. We value each other's time. We value the other person spending that time with us. We value the conversations we have. We value the insight we give to each other. We value the things in common with our, not just our hobbies and interests, but our asexuality and the way we think. And when you've got that person who's just really like-minded, you know, there are differences. Hi, my life, nice to see you. There are differences, obviously, but the majority of things, like when we're talking, it's just flowing. The conversation is flowing. So there's a lot of love there, a lot of care there from a friendship point of view, a lot of respect for each other. And like I said, really valuing each other's time, you know, like in the past, we've both had experiences where we weren't really valued by people who were meant to be our friends, you know. And so, you know, when you're not valued by someone, you kind of like, when you lack self-love, you kind of like think there's something wrong with you, but it isn't. There's anything wrong with you. It's just other people have got things going on in their life and they've got their own problems and issues, you know. And it's also sometimes they don't appreciate you because they don't really value you, you know. And so me and my best friend Sam, we really, really value each other. We value each other so much. It's like when we see each other, the time we spend together goes so quickly and we wish we had more time, because we just have so much fun. And you know, like my best asexual friend, right, as well, something that's incredible that they do, they're already saving up for my birthday to come and see me in April. And we're spending like I'm gonna have an asexual meetup, and we're coming to, you know, together to spend a few days ago. One of my other friends is coming as well, but my best friend, they're going to be spending 5 days in my city for like a whole 5-day celebration. And I got some things going on, just wanted to drop in and say hi. Oh, that's okay, my life. Good luck to you. Lots of love. I'm going to probably do a quick one tonight. Yeah, got to go. That's okay. I understand. No worries. Thank you. Thanks for dropping it in. Yeah, so it's just incredible because they are spending, literally, they're already saving up to book a hotel to see me in my city for 5 days, because my birthday's more important than a lot of other things they've got to pay out for, you know. And my friend, they were having a scooter, and their scooter unfortunately didn't pass the MOT. And so instead of them getting themselves a new scooter, which I know they love, they said my birthday's more important. I mean, I feel so honoured about that, you know. I feel so honoured. And hi, Andy, nice to see you. And you know, in the past, I didn't have anyone to go with me hardly ever on my birthday. So I was always like asking people, oh, about, you know, are you free to see me on my birthday? And it would be like people would be saying no, you know, they couldn't see me on my birthday. But my best friend Sam, they are like, I'm saving up now. I'm going to book the hotel soon for your birthday for 5 days because it's the most important thing. They said it's more important than getting a new scooter, which I was pleasantly shocked by, because I know how much they loved their scooter that didn't pass the MOT. I know how much they loved that. And so, you know, I just thought it's wonderful. Do you know what I mean? It's wonderful to have that best friendship where I can rely on people and wanting to spend time with me for my birthday, because before I was just like trying to ask people to come. Like, do you know what I mean? You kind of feel like you don't want to beg, but you kind of feel like you know, people aren't interested. And my birthday is really important and special to me. I always go out on my birthday, even if I go out on my own. I will not be sat indoors on my birthday. That is it. I'm out. I don't care what happens, what goes on. I am out. I am not staying indoors. I am not that type of person. My birthday is very precious and it's worth celebrating. I have been out loads on my own. And Andy obviously is one of my other best friends as well. He's in this chat now. Hello to Andy. And so, you know, Andy was with me for my birthday celebration last year, my belated birthday celebration, because the theme park was shut on my actual birthday and Andy was poorly. And Sam had injured their foot. Yeah, sorry, Sam had injured their foot. That's why we couldn't go. But the theme park was open, and then slightly after that, a week or two afterwards, it was closed. And then eventually we all end up going. So, so yeah, no, it's really nice to have friends that want to spend time with me for my birthday, because they value my birthday's being important. You know, when Sam said, "Oh, you know, your birthday's the most important thing," you know, I thought really that's really nice, because when someone acknowledges that the reason you're born is the most important thing, that's what makes you feel extra special, because you're like, they acknowledge the fact that they are really happy that you were born, not just you acknowledging it. And so I really really appreciate that about them. And obviously I spent their last birthday with them for the first time they've ever celebrated a birthday, and we went to the Disney on Ice show, so we had a great time. And so I really really appreciate the support, and you've got like a support network. Obviously Andy's one of my best friends, like I said, as well. I've got my female non-asexual best friend as well. And you know, having like best friends is really really good, because it makes me feel like I've got people to turn to who I can trust, and who give me the time of day, and who go out of their way to see me. And I didn't have that before in my life. I didn't have that at all. I felt like no one really cared, no one really loved me. This is in the past, because obviously I lacked self-love, don't forget. You know, no one really cared, no one really loved me, no one really wanted to be near me. Loved it in a friendship way I'm talking about. And now it's different. I've got the most deepest friendships I've ever had in my life. And sometimes I'm not used to it. I'm used to that type of friendship on the romantic level. I'm not used to it on a unromantic level. So that's been like harder for me to get used to that. I've always associated that type of deep emotional connection and deep friendship intimacy, I guess I've associated that only in romantic relationships before. So obviously I'm learning quite a lot about that, and it feels really good. You know, obviously if you're an aromantic asexual, you lack romantic attraction, then you will know that having your best friends with you is essential to like really be a big part of your life, like a main core part of your life. And if you've got good friends around you, it does help lift you up, especially when they're very supportive. I have to say that Sam and Andy and even my non-asexual friend, they're all very supportive, including of my career. They all believe in me. They all like the stuff I do. You know, like Andy's got my books, Sam's got my books. My best female friend, although she's not asexual, so she doesn't buy my asexual books, or my fibro books, but she supports my page. Like she's like my fibro page, even though she hasn't got fibro. Whenever I see her, she's always like you know, saying, "You'll get there, honey. I really want the best for you. I want you to like succeed." So she's always really positive for me. You know, all these people in my life, these best friends, are all positive for me. And that's what, you know, when you've got a lot more positivity coming your way, it's easier to keep the momentum going when you're doing tasks, when you're doing things, because you've got people who care about you, people who supporting you, people who want you to do well, people who cheering you on, if you know what I mean. And then that helps. Although I believe in myself 100% anyway, regardless, it does help. You know, it makes you feel that extra special good. When you feel good about yourself, you're more productive. You are more enjoying life. You're more happier. You're more healthier. You're more likely to become wealthier. You're more likely to, you know, have better health, and you're more likely to, you know, feel like I want to get out of bed in the morning. So, you know, you've got to be in a stage in your life where you've got a lot of self-love and you can survive and live and thrive on your own. You've got to be like that. But it's really important that you've got really good friends around you, people who've got your back, people who care about you, people who support you, people who love you for who you are, because it does make a huge difference. You know, you've always got someone to like turn to. You know, if one friend's busy, then you've got another friend, you know, because they've all got their own lives, like I have too. You know, you can't be on the phone or message 24/7. You've got to let people have their own life as well. But it's good because we all need our own space as well, and to do our own thing besides like spending time with each other. And I think that's very very healthy. You know, it's very very healthy. I'm very secure in those friendships now as well. There was a time when I probably like, you know, like especially, well, my non-asexual friend, it took me a while to trust her, because I don't used to trust women. I had a real big problem with trusting women. I still don't trust that many women, but there are some women. I've got an entrepreneur friend. I trust her. She's very, very trustworthy, really honest person. She watches this channel sometimes, despite not being asexual as well. And she is a beautiful person, both inside out, and I really do trust her a lot, even though I've never met her in person because she lives in a foreign country. So there are some women like her that I really, really trust, but I don't trust a lot of women. So when I met my first best female friend, who I didn't know was going to be my best female friend at the time, who's not asexual, it took me a long time to trust her. You know, it did take me a long time to trust her, but I trust her a lot. You know, But having asexual friends obviously is different to having sexual friends, because asexual friends do understand you better, because they understand that you have no desire for sex. They understand that you don't want sex. They understand that it's just, sex is just meh to you, you know. And my my non-asexual friend, female friend, she does accept my asexuality, but it's always harder for her to understand, I think, you know, because she kind of like, sometimes in the past, she's better now, but sometimes in the past she goes, well, oh, well, don't label yourself. And it wasn't because it wasn't because it was in my benefit, because I like labeling myself. I like, having an identity within my asexual orientation. I like specifying what I am. I enjoy that, But she was like, oh, don't label yourself, because she was uncomfortable with it, from what I could understand, And so you got to watch out for that. But she knows she's the opposite of me in that way. But to have asexual friends who understand you, they understand where you're coming from. They understand that you don't want sex, that you find it, pretty disgusting to do. That is pretty, like something that you're not interested in, you couldn't be bothered with, you don't want to know. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying every asexual's like that, but when you've got friends that you can talk to about this type of thing, that can relate, that they're just not into the sex, it's good. We will always be friends, and I will always support you. Oh, thank you, Andy. Yeah, we will always be friends. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Big friendship kiss for that. Yeah, it's really, really nice of you. Thank you. That's really, really good. Really, really good. So yeah, it's wonderful to hold asexual meetups as well, because it does help making more friends as well. Obviously, I think you get different types of friends. You get a real best friends, close friends, and then you got obviously people that are good friends and people that are more acquaintances. But when you've got asexual friends, if you're watching this and you don't feel like you've got many, do build up friendships online on ASAP, on even on asexual dating sites. If you don't want to build a relationship, you can build friendship, because friendship could come first anyway. A lot of my friends, they're asexual, I've met on dating sites or dating apps, you know what I mean, or in dating groups. So even though I'm not dating them, I've still met them in there. So you can make good friendships in those groups, and I love the fact, when Andy's like this publicly supporting me, do you know what I mean? It means so much. Do you know what I mean? And it's nice that Andy comes in my chat. Sam's on the train on the way home, so they can't they're not in the chat because they can't really listen to me because they're on the train. So I don't think they're, and the train, hasn't always got signal. But I did have an amazing time with them. It's nice. Andy and Sam both support me, and like I said, the difference with asexual friends compared to sexuals is sexuals don't totally get it. They don't totally understand, a lot of them, why you don't want sex. They don't totally get that you mean what you say, and that you actually don't feel that way. You really just don't feel that way. It's not something that you want to do. They kind of like, I don't know, I sometimes get the impression that some of them think it's a phase you're going through, or maybe not necessarily a phase, but it's just something, I don't know. It's almost like they don't totally understand it's your sexual orientation. When you try and explain it's your sexual orientation, it's kind of like they don't really get it. And because they're used to the traditional heteronormative sexualized world we live in, and the fact that people do like sex, it's very hard for them to wrap their head around it sometimes, and they might try their best, and other times they're uncomfortable with the fact that you're different to them, and the fact they've never seen you in that light maybe before, if they knew you as a friend before you announce that. But when you have asexual friends, you can just talk about it. I mean, you all feel the same, and there's no, like, I'm around asexual friends, and if they're guys, then I don't feel this sexual energy from them. I don't feel like threatened in any way with any sexual contacts and stuff like that. Like, when I'm around sexuals, there's always that thing in the back of my head that, oh, are they feeling sexual towards me? And sometimes I can tell they're feeling sexual towards me. And sometimes there's this like real tough sexual energy coming from them. And although it's like this, I feel a bit scared around them. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I know most of them fancy me. And so it's a lot harder. I think when you're in that type of environment, you do panic and worry more, because I don't want to have sex ever again, And when you're around your best asexual friends, especially when they're not sexually attracted to you at all, it just like makes a whole world of difference. It feels like natural, relaxed, like you're at home. It feels like you're with your family, really. Do you know what I mean? Your asexual family. And it's a lot more comfortable and relaxed. There's none of this rubbish, none of this rubbish sexual energy, none of this rubbish sexual expectation, none of this, do you know what I mean? None of that disgusting stuff that's going on. And the unclarity, like I'm very good with my friends. Like we clear everything up, like I will discuss if I've got any, especially in the past, if I've had any feelings for any of my friends, I'll discuss it. And so that it's all out in the open. You discuss it and then you can move on. And like all my friends are not suitable for an asexual relationship with me. And once that's all established, I can just like chill out and relax because I don't have to worry about me or them ever being in a relationship. I know that might sound weird because it might be like, if you're watching this, you might think, well, you've already seen a previous video that a right asexual guy to be in a relationship with should be your best friend. I do still believe that, but there also needs to be clarity between you and your friends that you're not going to be in a relationship if you're the type of person who wants a relationship, or they do, there's got to be kind of some open communication and conversation with that, really. And I was talking to an asexual guy the other day in message, and he said that he was close to this woman who wasn't asexual, and she was asking him to go away with her. She was asking him to go away with her for New Year, and I said, but don't you think she might be thinking about having sex with you? Because the country she was talking about taking him to, is a very sexual country. And I said, and he said, oh, it's gross to think that way. I said, yeah, but what about what she thinks? Have you ever asked her? And he goes, oh, we are really close. I said, well, if she wants to spend New Year with you, it's highly likely she might like you more than a friend. You must be very special to her, And so he said, oh, we haven't talked about stuff like that. And I think like when you've got asexual friends, if you do get some attraction for them, whether that be romantic, aesthetic, emotional, or some sort of bond that you're not kind of used to as the main friendship way, then I think if you discuss that and have open, honest communication with that person, if they're your true friend, they won't leave you. They'll discuss it like an adult and draw a line under it if neither of you are suitable in the end, but you'll still be good friends. Do you see what I'm saying? And I like that type of friendship. I like the fact that you can talk to about these things. And with me, it's very important I have very clear clarity because I am a hyper romantic, and I can get feelings, and so it's very good that I have the clarity. So once the clarity is there and in place, it's like you can chill out and relax. That nothing's going to happen like that. And I think that's a better way to be, Obviously, if I'm friends with sexuals of the opposite gender, there's always that like thing in the back of my mind, are they going to pounce on me type thing? Are they going to want a relationship with me? And if I already know they want a relationship with me, it's kind of like, what's their plan for that? Are they serious about me? Am I just a date to them? What's going on with that? But obviously, when you're seeing best asexual friends, you don't have any of that to worry about because it's friendship you're focusing on and growing and building and bonding more, and you're just building up more and more. And I just think that's so special, I think having asexual best friends has just completely changed my life. It's just because I do feel very supported, very loved in a friendship way, very cared for, very, wanting, people want me in their life, I'm valuable to them. I'm, like someone that they respect and take pride in spending time with and really value my opinion, care about me. And I just think that's amazing. So if you ever have the opportunity to make more asexual friends or make one asexual friend, if you don't really have one, particularly a best friend, I think it's very important that you try and do that. That, like obviously if you've been hurt in the past with friends, it can be a bit daunting because you can think, oh, well, I've been hurt with past friends. What's going to make this any different? But you have to give that person the benefit of doubt. And if they've given you no reason to doubt them, then keep growing the friendship. You have to open your heart to people because if you don't and you cut it off, you're missing your chances. Do you know what I mean? It's like me with, I know I'm moving slightly onto relationships now, but it's like me with relationships. I won't give up. Do you know what I mean? Even though I can be quite battered and bruised from the relationships and dating scene, I kind of get used to it more now, rejection. But do you know what I mean? I won't give up looking for my asexual romantic soulmate. I just won't give up on that. It's who I am. I don't give up on stuff like that. If I do, it's kind of like it feels a bit weird. So it's like like with my friends, we equally want to spend time with each other, we equally value each other, so we equally put a lot of time, energy and effort into the friendship. And I think that's so important, going forward. I think that's really, really good. Anyway, I just wanted to say I had a fantastic time with my best asexual friend today. Like I said, we ate, drink, chatted, and I think that's what a lot of asexuals like to do as well. We like our food. I love my food. I like to be around someone like Sam, who enjoys her food as much as I do, because particularly when you're not asexual, you kind of, or when you are asexual but thinking about doing the sex thing, you're kind of more worried about what you eat. You're more worried about what you look like with your weight and everything. You're more worried about eating a lot of food. But when you're around your best friends, you can actually enjoy the food and think, this is lush food, I love my food, and not be ashamed of liking your food, not be ashamed of enjoying a lot of beautiful food. We had Nando's for lunch, and then we had a Chinese. We went to a Chinese restaurant, and my food was absolutely delicious, really, really, really nice. And because we're both into eating, drinking and chatting, it just flows so well that, like I said, the time just goes by so quickly. And so it is a little bit sad when that person goes home, a little bit, but you'll see them again, because you do miss them as a friend. You really do. So but it's good, because if you miss each other as a friend, you really care about each other, and that's a very, very positive thing. So obviously, if you've got the opportunity to make asexual friends, go to asexual meetups, make friends in person as well as online, then really, really do so, because it is a life-changing thing when you've got our support network, people who understand you, people who appreciate you for who you are and really value you as a person. Then it just lights up your world. Do you know what I mean? It makes life better. You make your own life good, and then once you've got your really good best asexual friends, it kind of like feels like you're more walking on a cloud of candy floss. You're light as air and feeling great. And I always feel good. Like if I've had sort of a bad, well, I don't really get too many bad days, but if I've had a bad day, or because I am on the dating relationship scene, say I've been rejected, which you have to get used to rejection with the dating scene. It's not a bad thing. It just means you're weeding out all the people that are wrong for you. So it's a good thing, really. But when you've had like a succession of people that are kind of rejecting you or not right for you, that even if they're not blatantly rejecting you, then it's kind of nice when you've got your friends around you to make you feel friendship loved. Do you know what I mean? Because then you're coming from a place of more fullness. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, it doesn't really matter if I don't find a relationship, because I've got really good friends anyway who love me for who I am, and I feel loved and special by them. So if I don't get a romantic relationship, it's not that big a deal anymore. And and the more, like if you're feeling a little bit bad that the relationship, or when you're on dating scene, doesn't go so well, then you kind of like can think, but when you've got your best asexual friends there and people who love and care about you, it really doesn't matter, because you've got that support network around you. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I really, really, really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me so much what you like about your friends in the comments below. It'd be really, really good to get more feedback about that. How much do you value your asexual friends? If you've got asexual friends, if you haven't got asexual friends, how are you coping without asexual friends? Do you find it really difficult? Love to hear in the comments below. Don't forget, if you like this channel and the content, please subscribe already if you haven't, down below, and please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And like I said, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video live stream. Don't forget to keep embracing the quirky and each other's. Thanks for my life for taking part tonight, and Andy also. Love you lots and love everyone. Take care. Lots of love. Nice to see you. Bye bye.